Hello, everyone. My name is Brenna, and today I would like to talk about the International Governmental Organization, or IGO, that I would like to work for one day. And for me, that is the United Nations. And within the United Nations, specifically the Security Council branch. And just for some background information over the Security Council, it is founded in 1945, right after World War II, and its purpose is to bring peace and international security throughout all of the countries that are members of the UN, which is basically all of them. And within the head Security Council, there are 15 members. 10 of them rotate through the different countries that are a part of it, but 5, which are called the P5, are permanent and they never rotate out. And these 5 countries are China, France, Russia, the United States, and the United Kingdom. So those 5 never rotate out. They're always getting a say in the updates on peace and security throughout the world. And so, one global issue that the Security Council is actively working towards that I find very interesting is children and armed conflict. And by this, I mean any violence, sexual assaults, or suffering brought onto a child, which could be when they're recruited for war, or forced into labor that obviously they would never actively choose to be on. And because these young children don't have a voice to advocate for themselves, they usually go unheard. So I think it's very interesting because these children that are being so violently oppressed, they need a voice, and that's going to be the Security Council in order to make sure that they get heard and that their needs are met. And the UN Security Council actually held a debate on August 1st of this year, 2019, and they discussed the over 24,000, yes, 24,000 cases recorded against child welfare and all the violations that occurred in the recorded 20 countries. And this was the highest point that it's ever been at. So that if there's not any immediate action, this will continue to rise through 2019 in the coming years, and the amount is so staggering. But to think that the number, that 24,000 cases, is only the documented amount, there's probably thousands, hundreds and thousands more that don't go documented. So that's again another reason why I find it so interesting, because these children, they don't get a say in their own well-being. So we need to advocate for them, and there needs to be a change to the system. And so one of the ways that the Security Council is trying to decrease the number of these accounts is to impose more critical uses of force to stop what's happening. But there need to be premeditative measures, like preemptive, just to stop the abuse from even happening, not while it's happening. We need to prevent it from even happening in the first place. And so what some countries are doing is employing children protection advisors, or CPAs, out to these countries, so that there are people working in these unsafe places to keep these at-risk children safe. And these are in places like Somalia, Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And these are where the highest recorded cases of those 24,000 have been from. And they all have different plans of actions to use in these common cases of violence against children to best fit the needs of what's happening per country. One country could be heavier in violence, one more heavier in sexual assaults, et cetera, et cetera. But I do think the UN Security Council is on the right track for preventing child-related conflicts. But a way I think they could additionally protect more children is by then having non-governmental organizations, or NGOs, come in and create a safe house type place for these children to go, so they can claim sanctuary to these abuses. They will need to be heavily protected by probably armed forces again, to keep out any person trying to inflict the harm on these children. But hopefully one day I would like to be in a world where every child is free to just be a kid and play and learn and live without fear. So there needs to be a place where these children can come, seek asylum, be reunited with families, and if they're of old enough age, find employment, even leave the country to try and claim asylum. But right now there just needs to be a place where they can come and just be a kid. Thank you.